friends, and welcome to day 2 of Halloween Streamfest 2015! And also episode 2 of my series Nightmare Machine, where I tell you all about my strange and creepy encounters, experiences, nightmares, whatever. Since we're celebrating all things spooky, I thought, how appropriate. Let's tell a scary story. And I dubbed this nightmare, The Dark Clown. And warning, if you're squeamish, it gets a little graphic. This nightmare, unfortunately, is one of the worst kinds where you fall asleep in one area and in your nightmare you wake up in the same place that you fell asleep in. For me, that place was my bedroom. Now, this was back in my sophomore year of high school. I was currently living with my parents. My bedroom at the time, don't ask me why, was painted blood red, and it had the crackle paint, so it looked kind of old and Victorian and creepy. And the dark walls not only sucked the light out of the room, but any small amount of light that I did have had a reddish tint to it. My favorite band was Evanescence. Okay, you can kind of imagine the kind of teenager I was. So in my nightmare, I wake up in my bed right where I fell asleep in my bedroom. My side lamp is on, and I have a little tiny nightlight across the room that's on. And again, not much light in this room. So I'm laying there, and immediately I feel sick. Like my stomach is nauseous, I've got the aches and the shivers, and I can tell I'm running a fever. So naturally, I start calling for my mother. There's no answer. The house is really quiet, and it's dark. I can tell it's nighttime. I call out again. Nothing. So I'm lying there, feeling sick as a dog, and I look over. My bedroom door is open, which is strange. I never slept with it open. I always slept with it closed and locked. But through the open bedroom door, I can see across a dark hallway my parents' bedroom door, which is shut. There's no sound. All is quiet. So I'm laying there calling for my mom, and I turn to look over to my door, and my perspective of the room changes. It was kind of like a fishbowl vision where like the walls were blowing outward and everything looked sort of cartoonish and weird and scary. Even stranger though, my perspective changed so that I could see in every little nook and cranny that I shouldn't have been able to from the angle I was at. It was the weirdest thing. I don't know if I'm describing it well, but that's the best I can do, I think. So when I look over, I can see behind my bedroom door. And standing behind my bedroom door is a figure. This figure was tall, insanely, inhumanly thin, which made its head look enormous for its body. Its eyes were bulging, and it was staring at me through the door, and it wasn't blinking. Like it didn't have eyelids. It was all dressed in black, and its hair was black and long and matted and tangled and ugh. But the face was painted white, and there were 2 large black circles around its eyes, perfect little red circular cheeks, and its lips were black, and they went from here all the way back to its ears, and inside its mouth were the most disgusting, jagged, uneven, sharp, nasty teeth I'd ever seen in my life. And it was smiling. Neither the smile nor its eyes were moving, so it was standing there like this. This thing is standing behind my door. The best way I can describe it is that dude, I think his name's Ryuk from Death Note, the Crow from the comic books, and Pennywise the Clown, only thinner. And then I see from my weird, skewed fishbowl perspective that he is holding a bloody chainsaw in one hand. Not good. So I'm freaking out. And I call for my mom, and I realize he's not moving. He's just standing there. He is waiting for my mother to walk in the room. So I shut my mouth, but just as I do, with no warning, no sound of footsteps or anything, my mom from the dark hallway walks in and says, What's wrong? I try to open my mouth to scream at her to tell her to get back, don't come in here. But nothing comes out. I can feel my lungs straining, and I can hear the sound in my throat and in my mouth, but it just won't pass through my lips. All I can do is point. And as she reaches the end of the bed, she looks behind her, and he leaps out from behind the door, and he revs his bloody chainsaw, flings blood everywhere, and just starts attacking her with it. I turned my head away in the nightmare because I didn't want to see that. I was screaming, she was screaming. The whole while, he was completely silent. Just his chainsaw, no laughter. He had the same expression on his face. You know how I said I had that weird skewed perspective earlier? My head's over here, but I can still see him. I can't really see what he's doing, but I can see his face. It was like it was painted on, except it was his face. And it doesn't change the entire time he is hacking my mother to pieces. I hear the chainsaw stop. My heart's palpitating, and I look at the end of my bed, straight at him. Still silent, still hasn't said a word. I can just hear him breathing, and his face is the exact same. My mom is nowhere in sight. There is blood everywhere, including on him. But in his hand there is a long kitchen knife, and before my brain even registers this, he leaps forward and stabs me in the thigh. Unimaginable pain shoots up my leg. So immediately I react, and I sit up and I try to swipe at the knife, only there's no knife. And all of a sudden, I'm alone in my room. Sweating, breathing heavy. The pain in my leg is still there, but now I'm under 2 comforters. So I fling them back, expecting, honestly, for a second to see blood and a stab wound, and there's nothing there. My leg looks fine. And then the second I see it and see that there's no wound, the pain very slowly fades. And as I'm laying there, I realize I am now awake and I was not before. And I'm still pretty upset. So what do? I call for my mother. Woo! It's been a while since I've relived that one. There must be some crazy shit residing in my subconscious. Alright guys, thanks for watching day 2 of the Halloween Streamfest 2K15. I hope you're enjoying yourself so far. And if you are, I'd hate for you to miss the rest of the week. So if you haven't already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button in the corner over there. And hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. It helps me out a lot. Also, if you want some daily dose of strangeness, you can follow me on Twitter. It seems to be my main source of social media right now. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed my spooky nightmare story. I'll see you tomorrow for day 3. Goodbye. And I am Team Pumpkin because have you seen a face carved into a fucking turnip? It's terrifying. Nobody wants to see that.